Welcome to the Bird's Eye View. We are now in January 2025. I am Randy the War Duck, and we are here with Twisted Necro for the first time on the Bird's Eye View.
Hello.
I was gonna say hi.
There was a little bit of a delay. I had to wait my turn.
Okay, so with being 2025, we're going to talk about games on this this particular episode. But before we talk about games, let's talk about Steam and what happened in 2024 on Steam. So this article came out and it says only 15% of all Steam users' time was spent playing games released in 2024. And if you think about all the new releases that came out, or just gaming in general, like it seems like people are all over new releases.
Yeah.
And so if somebody were to ask me this question, like, like what year was the most played games last year, like it seems like it would be obvious that it was 2024 because that's all the new games and everybody's trying to play the new game.
So my thing with that is, especially because it's listed as Steam, most of the new hit games that everybody's playing aren't on Steam.
What are they on? What do you mean they're not on Steam?
Like Epic.
Who's playing
A lot
any?
of the hit games.
Nobody's
Well,
playing Epic.
I'm not saying. Well, no, I'm not saying they're playing it because it's Epic. I'm saying Epic has been giving away all the free games. Steam, they've had some pretty good sales, but not like they used to have.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, Epic is generally irrelevant. And when you talk about hours in game and number of players, people aren't buying games on Epic. Epic is continuing to lose money, and Epic just doesn't even remotely compare to the player count. But I mean, this doesn't count console either. This is just PC and this is just Steam. But still, like Steam still has most of the big games for release. And so for me, it just seems like 2024 games would have been a bigger picture of that. But I know, like, for me, I don't buy a lot of brand new release games because of the cost.
Yeah, that is 100% why I wait and I see how the game is before I even think about buying a game anymore.
Right. And that's kind of the thing is it's hard to spend that $50-$60 or $70 depending on what game it is and then have it not live up to what it was supposed to be, which has been kind of the track record of the most recent games and developments. It's just they come out, they charge you $70, and then it's just not what it was, and it kind of bombs out. But
either not what it was supposed to be or it wasn't even finished.
Yeah, I mean, let's just microcosm that with 2077, right? That was supposed to be, and then nobody really played it until all of the updates happen, and then people start playing it. So
yeah.
So as part of this, it breaks it down and it says that only 15% of games that or the time played was launched in 2024. 47% of total playing time on Steam was spent on game released in the last 1 to 7 years, while a sizable 37% of the time was spent in games that have been out for 8 years or more. So that's like super wild, is that not even half of the games were games in the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's kind of
Or
shocking.
7 years, 1 to 7 years, sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking. The older games are actually holding up their playtime more than these new brand spanking new ones that are coming out.
Is that is that a is that a result of games just not being as good in one way or another, being it the storyline or the the glitches or the polish, or is that cost, or maybe it's all three of them? I don't know.
I feel like we could probably get into this with our next article, but when it comes down to things like, especially when it comes down to gaming, you want things to be pushed out on a timely basis. You want them to be pushed out when the competitors push their things. So I feel like it's always a rush job. They're rushing it to get it out there just so that they can continue to make their money. And the reason I brought this up is because, like Grand Theft Auto, we've been waiting well over 10 years for a new game, but everybody's still got the hype for it. So people need to just calm down with pushing them as fast as they can and push them when they're ready.
And that's kind of I'm a big Arma fan. Arma 3's been around for God, I don't even know how long. And Arma 4 is still not it's on the horizon, but it's not. Like there's no even date for Arma 4. They came out with Arma Reforger as like a in-between and a development tool to help modders figure out what it's going to look like. But I haven't heard anything about even a remote release on Arma 4. And
usually I like it like that.
And Arma 3 still has a huge following, and a lot of people still play it. And here's my thing is, I think the part that bothers me a lot about this is when you see a trailer for a game and you're like, oh man, that looks really cool. And then they're like, yeah, it'll be out in 7 years. And you're like, why the fucking bother? Why show me a game that you don't even know what it looks like, really? Because if you're 7 years out or 5 years out from delivering that game, the whole thing could change by then.
Oh, easily.
And I think that's what happened to Cyberpunk, is because I remember like they announced it, and then like it was like 5, 6, 7 years later, and then the stuff that they had talked about, they never even instituted in the game. Like it was a totally different thing. You remember that?
Yeah, it was definitely overhyped for what it was.
Yeah.
They had spent all the time hyping it up just to not even release it. And I think in that time they didn't release it, everybody lost complete interest in it. So when it finally came out and people that were still, oh, I'll try it, were absolutely disappointed in it.
Yeah. Like I was stoked when I very first heard about Cyberpunk. And then for the next 3 or 4 years, I was still excited about it. And then the closer it got to release and I started hearing some things, the more worried I got about it. So the fact that I never even played the game. Never bought it, never played it. Just by the time it came out, I had no interest in it. So, all right. So we beat this I think to death, like this talking about. It's just very interesting to me was that these numbers exist like this. But when I look at the games I play, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 came out in 2023, so it doesn't count as a 2024 game.
Yeah, I think that's a newest released game that I play as well.
And then, I mean, I play, like Gray Zone Warfare is probably the only 2024 game that I really play all the time. And everything else, I like you said, I wait for a game to go on sale. Like I end up picking up Dying Light 2 this year. but I got the version that had all the DLCs, and it was like a third of the cost of when it came out.
Yeah. I'm okay with waiting a while. I'm
Yeah.
not in a rush just to spend an extra, $40.
To play it first and then complain about it.
Exactly.
Okay. So, all right. So, the first 10 minutes, we talked about that. Now, what we're going to talk about is this article about the 25 most anticipated games of 2025. And to be honest, this would not be anywhere close to my list at all. Like, this is Game Rants 20 top 25 most anticipated. There's maybe 5 games on here I would play, and maybe only one that I would get upon release. So
There's a couple on here. I'd say from the entire list, I'd say 2 that I might get on release. And that's shocking because last year I didn't want anything.
yeah, well, hold up your left hand.
Why? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
not a bad year.
so with your hand being as it is and you not being able to really play, like, is that really a thing that you would buy the game early?
No. Well,
Yeah.
one of them because, it's a handheld console, a lot easier to play on. But, yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, so they got Civilization 7. These aren't my type of games. I never really got into them. So here again, right off the bat, it's one that I'm not really interested in. A lot of people, a lot of people like these games. It's just not for me.
I've tried the first couple ones. Yeah, same, not for me.
All right, so let's see. We got Assassin's Creed Shadows. Well, they're all involved with the old Sweet Baby Inc. or whatever, and so between trying to make a black samurai in Japan and then calling it semi-historical, I forgot what they called these games that are semi-historical something or other. Yeah, there was a lot of talk about this game. One, it started with a black samurai, and then 2 going to a female samurai, like 2 things that did not exist really. There is one historical black samurai, but he's notable for being a black samurai, not because he actually did something in feudal Japan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. So another, like, I kind of gave up on these games. They just, I think the last one, what was the one after Black Flag? Do you remember?
I stopped at Black Flag.
Yeah,
That
wasn't
was
it
the
like
only good one.
Syndicate or something? I don't know. Yeah, agreed.
It
Like,
might
for
have
me,
been.
Black Flag is the high point of all the Assassin's Creeds, and after they kind of went away from that, I just never had any more interest. It got just too repetitive for me.
Yep, it was just the same old thing.
Yeah. All right, Avowed. Now, here's a game that I was super interested in when I very first heard about it. And then I'm kind of on the fence. This is probably a game that I will definitely pick up later on down the road if the launch goes well and people have a good reaction to it, but it's not a game that I'm going to buy within the first year. It's going to have to be 50% off at least before I'm even going to get interested in it. And also because I believe Avowed is a single player game. There is no co-op in it at all. If I
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I remember right. Now I could be wrong, but I thought it was a single player only game. which I would just rather play with friends. So,
Oh yeah,
right.
that's the point of role playing games.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Now this one I do have on my Steam wish list, and and I just really wasn't sure what to make of it. I thought, I mean, Black Flag's one of my favorite all-time games. So you start talking about pirates and naval combat, and I instantly get interested. I'm so sad that Skull and Bones was a joke, and I just can't understand why you just can't take the love of Black Flag and make it a multiplayer game. I mean, even if you just took Black Flag and took out some of the mission stuff and just made it a multiplayer ship game, would have been better than Skull of Bones.
Oh, 100%.
And then it just amazes me that they can't understand that or can't get that across. But anyway, I digress. You start talking about naval ship combat and pirates, and I instantly get interested. So this game, I definitely will check it out again. I will have to watch some videos because this is the part that interests me, not necessarily that or that or that, right? So I really want to see what this game's about before I buy it. But it's definitely one that I'll be interested in tracking because it looks extremely interesting either way. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, let's see. We got Monster Hunter Wilds. I know a lot of people that love these games, so I can see why that's on the list. I have never actually played any of the Monster Hunter games, so I really don't have an opinion of this. And I don't actually know why I've never played it because it seems like a game that I would probably enjoy, to be honest. But again,
Yeah, when I first played it, I thought, Warduck might actually like this.
yeah, and that might have been part of the problem is that we just never played it, or you're the only one I know that might have it, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know why I never played these. I might have to go back and pick up the first and second one. I think there was 2 already out, right?
I believe 2.
Yeah, so I might have to go back and pick those up and play them. And, because I can value per game at that point would be much higher. So interesting one there. I see like a lot of people like those. I'm kind of surprised I don't own that one, to be honest. All right. So, Split Fiction, 0 interest at all. Let's see. The first Berserker. I think this is like a Souls style game. No, this looks, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a fighting game or what the hell. I've never even really heard of it. Let's see. Wasn't on their radar. Went to Gamescom. So it's a Souls-like game. Takes a few hours to beat him. Okay. So this might be a game that I'll look into because I am a huge Souls fan. 100% of Elden Ring. But I haven't heard of this game at all.
Yeah, neither have I.
But I'm not like when I see these kind of pictures, it makes me worry because I'm not a fan of these drawing style animation games so much, and so I'll have to really see what it looks like to play it. But interesting there. All right, Borderlands 4. I have never really been a Borderlands fan. I think I might have played Borderlands 1. I don't think I own any Borderlands on Steam at all. Just not something I was ever really interested in. You play these at all?
Yeah, I'm actually a Borderlands fan. I have two of them on Steam. One of them is on Epic because that's where that one originated from.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually kind of excited for Borderlands 4. I didn't know it was even announced until I read this article. So I'm actually kind of excited because I am a fan of that kind of art style in video games. Well, specific video games.
Yeah.
And I like Borderlands because it's not single player, it's multiplayer. You can have your friends join you.
Yeah. They don't say when this is going to re-release. They just say 2025. So it's been in development in March 2024. Game War. So I don't know. I don't know when that's going to be released. Sometime in 2025. All right, moving on. We got Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Don't know anything about this game. But it's I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know anything about it. Similar to Lies of P, which I also never played. So I don't have a lot to say about this one.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it at all. Never heard of it.
Might have to, so this is what happens too, is a lot of these games come out and then, people say that they're really good or they're really not. And then, so I'll throw them on my wish list. And then when there's a sale, I'll pick it up. So this might be one of those type of games. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I know Death Stranding 1 was huge. I think I do own Death Stranding. I think I got it free on Epic. I have never played that game. I don't know. So, I don't have anything to say about this. I know it's very popular. So there's probably tons of people looking forward to this one. And I think that's the other part of the problem, like what we were talking about time spent with what games and when, was there's just so many flipping games. Like I have easily over 100 games on my Steam that I've never played.
Oh, same.
And that's not to mention all the games that Epic gives away, because even though I won't buy games from Epic, I'll take a free game off of Epic any day. Yeah. But I rarely play those either, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right. So Doom Dark Ages. I haven't really played a Doom game since like Commodore 64.
Yeah, I haven't played one since I was a kid.
So, but this looks very updated. Like very.
It does. It really does.
Very new school. But the thing I didn't like about the original Doom games is it was just running around shooting and hoping you had enough ammo.
Yeah,
I tend to despise games that make it difficult by limiting your ammo. But this looks like this could be very fun to play. But again, this looks very single player.
Yeah, that's another thing with games you want to be multiplayer just aren't.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah. So, but and this game's a couple years old and it's on the cheap, then it's worth picking up if you just play for a few hours, and stuff. It says online multiplayer though. All right. We may have to throw that one on the wish list here. Online multiplayer, that gives it a automatic boost in my book.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Dying Light Beast Summer 2025. I will not buy this game upon release. This will be a later on down the road. Numerous reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is because I'm probably only 25-30% through Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
And I did beat Dying Light 1. I did not finish every single DLC in Dying Light 1. Now I own Dying Light 2 with all the DLCs, and so that'll probably take me 5 or 6 years to get through. At that point, this game will be super cheap. and then I can pick it up.
Yeah, I got hurt right when I got Dying Light 2, so I
Yeah.
never really got to enjoy it yet.
Well, and that was the other thing is I kind of held off playing because I thought we would play together, and
I do
then
want to play it.
and then then it just never happened because you got hurt. Yeah. So, but interesting there. Now, okay. So see, I already said I 100%ed Elden Ring. So Elden Ring, Night Ring. Ah, man, this will be a hard one not to buy upon release. Although, now that I think about it, I probably won't buy this one on release. And the reason being is because nothing pisses me off more than playing a Dark Souls game or Elden Ring game when you put a bunch of hours into it and then they nerf everything and you got to change everything. And then you get used to something else and then they nerf everything and then you got to change everything.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses me off more than that about these kind of things. So as much as I love Dark Souls and Elden Ring games, I tend to play them after they're done messing with it. When I can just go in there and play whatever build I want to play, whatever build that I figure out works for me, and I don't have to worry about they nerfed it because people were crying about PvP or something or other. I don't know.
Yeah, and when it's nice and fine polished and done.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, Elden Ring, because I bought it when it came out, it played super well, and the game is super fun. And the only reason I stopped is because every time I turned around, they were adjusting weapons. Not that the game had problems. They were just adjusting weapons for balance, and that's the part that makes me mad. That upsets me because you spend a lot of time either getting certain weapons or doing a build, and all of a sudden they change it because it was too OP or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, so I love Elden Ring. I probably will definitely watch this game. I just don't know if I'll get it right away, which is sad. I just wish they would make a game and leave it alone and have fun. Let's see. Elden Ring is an action RPG that features a shrinking map like Battle Royale games, survival gameplay elements that... Oh, maybe I won't get this game. That's not what I thought it was going to be, but it's basically an Elden Ring Battle Royale. Is that what I'm reading? Where players must survive over 3 days and 3 nights to defeat the final... I don't know. We'll have to watch this so I can see what this is. Player can solo or in parties. 3 to survive in procedurally generated Limville, where players must survive over 3 days and 3 nights to defeat the final boss. Okay. Why'd they call it a battle royale? Just because it's like a shrinking map? So it sounds like you're in this big old area, you go beat up stuff, get better weapons, and then over the 3 days, 3 nights, it gets smaller and smaller area for you to have to fight the end boss. So like a battle royale slash the hunt. Interesting. Like I said, well, definitely, I love Elden Ring and Souls games, so I'll definitely keep an eye on it at least. All right. Fable. You know, here's a series that, man, when it came out and all the stuff they had talked about, this game was... Everybody wanted to play this game.
Yeah.
Fable 1, you know, you start and you explore and you fight and you survive and you get a partner, a wife, and then you have a kid, and then you die, and then your kid takes over the story, and then like that was what Fable was supposed to be, and then it never quite got there.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
It was still a good
fun.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just never lived up to what it was supposed to be. And
I always ended up going murder hobo and just killing everybody.
so I lost track after Fable 2, I think. Is this 3 or is there more Fables after that?
I think this would be
3 or
4
4?
or 5.
Oh, okay. See, that's so, but it looks good. I mean, it looks very good.
Yeah, it does. It
And
really does.
and by not knowing anything about this game, it might actually be better for me not knowing anything about this game. Because then I don't have any expectations. I can just play it, you know? So
Yeah.
it says, unfortunately, the IP has been on a decline since 2010. Lionhead was closed, games were canceled. Then rumors, it's been a long wait. But 2025, hopefully the year of the Fable revival. It's a reboot of the franchise. It retains everything that made Fable special. All right, I don't want to read any more than that because I feel like I'll probably play that game, so I'll just leave it at Okay, we got Ghost of Yote. All right, so I played Ghost of Tsushima on PlayStation 4. I very much enjoyed that game. It was very wonderful. Again, you know, we have some. There's a lot of people that say that wokeness has gotten involved in this game, and by having a female lead in this game, that it ruined it or something. I if you make it make sense, fine. I'm not a huge fan of playing a female in game because I'm not a female. Like, I would just rather play a male, but I get how females have to play a male, would rather play female. So, like, I like games where it gives you the option to choose whatever you want to play.
Yeah.
However, this storyline type of a game doesn't really allow that. So, it's very interesting because it's 329 years after Ghost of Tsushima, which means it's not the same history per se. And so I'm interested to see how they integrate a female into this battle scenario. Because there, like I said, there was no female samurais back then or ever, right? So that wasn't a thing or wasn't allowed. So I'm interested to see how they create this character's backstory and allow for her to have to gain the skills of a fighter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
Because Ghost of Tsushima was such a wonderful game. I have a lot of hopes for this. So we'll just have to kind of see. I try, like I said, because of games change so often, I try not to get too involved in what people are saying about it or what's happening until the game kind of comes out and I can actually see how they institute it, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So here's one I know Twisted has had on his radar for like 10 years. Grand Theft Auto 6, The Fall of 2025. I don't think I played Grand Theft Auto after number 2. I don't even own number 5. I have no real interest in playing GTA 5. So for me, I don't have any interest in this game, to be honest. For me, so
I have a lot of interest in this game, and it's not even specifically for this game. It's for what comes later down
the role play part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I really wanted to. I was really hoping Red Dead Redemption 2 was gonna have this role playing aspect of it that never really happened.
Oh,
Like,
like built into it.
well, like there, you know, like Grand Theft Auto, like half, I swear to God, half the people that play Grand Theft Auto 5 play RP.
Yeah,
And it's this
that's
whole
true.
like world and whole servers and this whole thing that aren't part of the real game.
Yep.
But Red Dead Redemption 2 was supposed to be the Wild West version of this. And I had complete interest in that. And I really was hoping that it would be like Grand Theft 5 with this alternative role-playing world built in the Wild West.
I mean, there is
But it never really took
for
off
it.
like this.
No, like Grand Theft Auto roleplay. No, I
Yeah.
mean
And it's
there is
super limited.
there are some that's very popular, but I mean the circle is small. It's a very small circle of role players that play on that game.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, this is like the holy grail. Like we've been waiting for so long for this one.
It makes me wonder though, with a game like this that's so big, if they're gonna try to keep control of it like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2 online, you know?
Yeah.
That makes
So
me worry about stuff like that.
the thing about it is there's rumors that Rockstar now owns the. I don't want to put out names out there of developments and things because I don't know like all the facts, but
Mhm.
basically they own what roleplay is created from.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So we're a little worried about that, but we feel like it's going to be a positive because we are hoping that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be more capable for a roleplay.
Yeah. All right, so that comes out in the fall. We got Mafia, the old country, second, third quarter. You know, but I don't. There's another series that I just have never played, and I don't know why.
I don't know either. I haven't played it myself.
Because it
And there's a lot
seems
of them.
right up my alley, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have just never. Maybe I'll get on Instant Gaming and get some of the
See
old
what it
ones.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because this seems like a game that I would enjoy and have fun with. And I just have never played them. I don't know. Every time they come up, I'm like, oh yeah, Mafia, right on, you know. And then I don't know. I don't know why it's
Yep.
like that. But that's the other thing is there's just so many other games to play. It just gets put on the back burner, and I never get back around to it. All right, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I don't. This was a like Nintendo game or something back in the day.
Yeah. Nintendo. Yep.
I don't really remember playing it back then. Not like I do like Mega Man and Super Mario. I remember all those, but for some reason I don't remember this one. It looks kind of cool, but I don't even know what the backstory or anything is on this one.
I dabbled in one at a buddy's house years ago, just because he had it. I played it for like a half hour. That was about all I did for Metroid games.
Hmm.
Never been a big fan of them. They're just,
Let's see.
I don't know.
Its trailers showcase several iconic franchise gameplay elements like Morph Ball. Don't know what that is. Put Silux in the spotlight and showcase space pirates. Oh man, you got space pirates? All right, I might have to check it out. It's got pirates in it. Oh, it's only on Switch though, and Nintendo. Never mind. We won't be checking it out. All right, Outer Worlds 2. Dude, I've never played Outer Worlds 1.
Me neither.
From studio that brought you Kodar 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Fallout 3/2, Vegas New. Oh. So this is from the people that had New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna have to check these out. I guess I'll have to check out another game. Oh, God, dude. Another one. I haven't played number 1 for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know. Is this like a Fallout style game? Well, another one I'll have to throw on there and check out on Instant Gaming to see what Outer Worlds 1's like.
Oh yeah.
But see, I have to wait. Tomorrow I get my new PC. So hopefully it clears up my mic and some other issues that I've been having. All right, Pokemon Legend. I don't even want to talk about Pokemon. I do not understand the like of Pokemon. I do not get it. To me, this is the stupidest thing. I think it's because I'm just too old. Like, this came out way, way, way after I was beyond all this stuff, and like, it's just the dumbest thing to me. Like,
This was aimed directly at me as a child. It came out right when I was getting into gaming, so.
And even worse, you know what happened this Christmas is Ramona wanted a Pokemon,
Pikachu?
Yeah, she got this Pikachu stuffy, and I'm like, what the?
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm a Pokemon fan.
No. All right, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam.
Not a clue.
And just looking at the style, that's not even no.
Not a fan.
No. Revenge of the Savage Planet. I'm gonna have to say nope. Shadow Labyrinth. What the puck? Okay.
Okay, that's kind of catchy.
But again, I don't. The style of the game. It looks like a platformer. Not for me. South of Midnight. Welcome to the Deep South. What the hell?
I don't know anything about it.
Never heard of it. It's third person. Not a huge fan of that. Who is learning some magic powers while exploring the Deep South, inspired by mythos and creatures. Hazel is from a fictional town of Prospero, which is described as a gothic fantasy American Deep South setting, which is wiped out by a hurricane. Well, that's not that far-fetched. Seems Louisiana-based. In general, I have a hard time playing a female character, so I probably won't be playing that one. Sunder Folk.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, looking at the style, probably not for me either.
No, it doesn't. I don't know.
All right, we have reached the end of our game rant. Most anticipated games of 2025. And yeah, there's some that I'm gonna have to put on the wish list there and just keep track of for when they go on sale and things. But yeah, overall, like, I don't know, 2023 so far seems like it's been the champion of new releases. The games that came out in 2023 were just epic. So we'll have to see, because there's games like Under a Rock that I don't know when that's releasing. I'm not sure if that's releasing in 2025 or exactly when, because that's a game that I kind of have on my radar. Let's see. You know, they didn't talk about Atomfall. That's coming out in 2025. Jump Ship. They didn't talk about that. So there are some games that, and like Road to Vostok. Nobody knows when that one's coming out. Then I know you'll love that Humans Fall Flat 2 might come out in 2025.
Oh man, really?
There's a game called Renown. They didn't talk about Deliverance, Kingdom Come Deliverance coming out in February. So, like I said, this wasn't our top 25. We just thought we'd go through and see what they had to say. Our top 25 would look very, 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 very different. But this was good to see like what other people are interested in and stuff. So,
For sure.
any last words?
No, I think we've done said it all.
Yep. All right. So if you made it this far to the end, please go ahead and leave a like, comment. What 2 or 3 games are you most looking forward to in 2025? It doesn't have to be from this list. And some of those games may be games that we've never heard of. So it'll be, you know, if you got games that we didn't mention here, that you can let us know what you're excited about, and maybe we'll take a look at those and for the future. So, all right, with that, we're going to get out of here. Much love all. We will catch you next time.
Bye.